US President Joe Biden has announced that he will stand down and not run for re-election. Biden ended his re-election campaign on Sunday, July 21st, after fellow Democrats lost faith in his mental acuity and ability to beat Donald Trump, leaving the presidential race in uncharted territory. The 81-year-old had been under mounting pressure to stand down since his halting performance in June's presidential debate against Trump, which heightened concerns over Biden's ability to win the election. A succession of verbal gaffes coupled with Biden's increasingly visible physical frailty served only to intensify doubts among senior Democratic strategists, especially with Trump surging in the polls after the assassination attempt in Pennsylvania. In a letter addressed to the people of the United States, Biden wrote, "My fellow Americans, over the past 3.5 years, we have made great progress as a nation. Today, America has the strongest economy in the world. We've made historic investments in rebuilding our nation, in lowering prescription drug costs for seniors, and in expanding affordable health care to a record number of Americans. We've provided critically needed care to 1 million veterans exposed to toxic substances, passed the first gun safety law in 30 years, appointed the first African American woman to the Supreme Court, and passed the most significant climate legislation in the history of the world. America has never been better positioned to lead than we are today. I know none of this could have been done without you, the American people. Together we overcame a once-in-a-century pandemic and the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. We've protected and preserved our democracy. And we've revitalized and strengthened our alliances around the world. It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president. And while it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term. I will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about my decision. For now, let me express my deepest gratitude to all those who have worked so hard to see me re-elected. I want to thank Vice-President Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner in all this work. And let me express my heartfelt appreciation to the American people for the faith and trust you have placed in me. I believe today what I always have, that there is nothing America can't do when we do it together. We just have to remember we are the United States of America. Biden's decision opens a path for Vice President Kamala Harris and other possible replacement candidates, including California Governor Gavin Newsom, to hastily mount a campaign for the nomination ahead of the Democratic National Convention in mid-August. Newsom praised Biden as a history-making president minutes after he announced he was stepping aside. Responding to Biden's decision, Republican presidential candidate Trump wrote on his social media platform Truth Social, "Crooked Joe Biden was not fit to run for president and is certainly not fit to serve and never was. He only attained the position of president by lies, fake news, and not leaving his basement. All those around him, including his doctor and the media, knew that he wasn't capable of being president, and he wasn't. And now, look what he's done to our country, with millions of people coming across our border, totally unchecked and unvetted, many from prisons, mental institutions, and record numbers of terrorists. We will suffer greatly because of his presidency, but we will remedy the damage he has done very quickly. Make America great again."